We need to work together. We need to align our objective. Of course, there are different organizations, but what is our vision is one, is for the better quality of life and for the sustainable urbanization, because urbanization is there. The future is urban.
Today I am in Vienna with Maimunah Mohd Sharif, who is the mayor of Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Mayor, it's great to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
As we keep saying, cities are at the forefront of so many things. Climate change, fighting climate change and social inclusion and other things. We find that more and more the resources are not there. So the first question is, how are we thinking seriously at the global level about this need to put our money where the mouth is, and that is especially at the hands of the local administrations?
Yeah, thank you so much, Metropolis Jody, for having me here. And I think the questions that you asked me just now is also been discussed at COP. Yes, it is a mismatch, the needs at the federal level and at the state level, and much more at the local level. You know that the local level is where the project and the plan to be implemented. But I will go beyond finance. I think there are cases we will discuss during the COP29 that even there are finance, but the capacity to use the finance, the capacity to have the project that is most needed on the ground. I think that is where talents come in, where the capacity come in. I think there is a need for the alignment of between the federal or the state and the local level. That's one. Another one is also looking into yes, there is not enough finance, but sometimes the urban solution, we need to be more, when we talked just now, more innovative, beyond normal. You have to think abnormal. And sometimes the solution for whatever environmental emergencies, I think sometimes it needs not much funding, but it needs the people-centered. Need people to understand and to work together with the leaders. So I normally, every time I always mention three things when you talk about finance. One is the leadership. Leadership who have vision, who have the way to move forward. Second is on the capacity. Capacity, it can be talent, can be expertise, and also finance. And the third is governance. Right. Sometimes you have so much money, if you don't govern it properly, it won't go to the most needed in that city or in that country or even in that region.
In the position of Secretary General of Metropolis, have the absolute privilege to talk to many mayors. Mayors are bringing some of this very concrete, solutions-oriented thinking to the table where it's most needed. We are not at a very good moment in global multilateralism, and yet there is this group of politically legitimate actors, powerful, with lots of responsibility, but also who know the situation on the ground in the cities, and the idea that they could play a bigger role in multilateralism is inspiring. However, there's obstacles, and you, having also served in the other side of the table with the UN, you understand them. So how can we bring this leadership of the people who are closest to their communities, who are closest to the problems, or who are very solutions-oriented, to have a stronger voice in multilateralism?
Yeah, I think COVID-19 is really a wake-up call. Who are at the forefront when we're dealing with COVID-19? The people at the local government, at the local level. That's why when I will answer your question in two ways. One, when I was at the Under Secretary General and the Executive Director of UN Habitat, I was there for 6 years, and I came in 2018. 2020 was COVID, and we really put forward to the Secretary General the role of local government. I was asked to co-chair the advisory council for the local government and to put it in more concrete And at the end of the day, we managed to have the advisory for to the Secretary General on the local government. And we managed to have the local 2030 coalition when its office in Bilbao. The role of local government is very, very important. But of course, that is only one obstacle, because when we discuss at the UN level, very seldom you hear the voice of the mayor. Yes, you hear the voice of the mayor in another room, not in the General Assembly. So we managed to bring in the voice of the mayor in the General Assembly on the 28th of April 2022. To put forward, I think this is very, very important, that we really need to recognize. I now, as a mayor of Kuala Lumpur, I'm promoting the voices of mayors, city voices. You can see that at the national level, globally, there are many conflicts. But if you look at the local level, you look at the US, the mayor of New York, mayor of California, they are working very hard for the people, they believe in climate change. Even the higher level, the national level, they don't really believe in it. But as I said, that is recently, when I was in Baku, I mentioned that if the going get tough, the tough go to local. Yes. The voice of the city mayors, I'm really, really pushing forward for the city voices at the COP30 in Belém. And I hope that we can push forward to see that the local determinant contribution to be part of the NTC. So that this is the role of the mayors, the role of the local government. I think that's very, very important. That is where, at the local level, all the policy, or the strategy, or the resolution or negotiation at the higher level being implemented. We are the one who implement the policy of the national government.
And this is all what city networks are about, yes. Right? You are very active in ICLE, for example, which is a pioneer, a global pioneer in putting the climate change at the very center of international collaboration between cities. Now, there is no city event where this isn't left, right, and center of all the discussions. In this context, there is, of course, a role for the cities to play in reducing the causes of climate change. 70% of the emissions come from urban areas, but also, and I'd like also to hear you a little bit more about the effects of climate change are already here. How are cities already preparing for this? How are you doing it in Kuala Lumpur and beyond?
I'm really promoting plan-led development. I think each city have to have a plan, and we should follow the plan that we prepared. And of course, the plan is for the sustainability and for the livability and for the good quality of life for the people that we serve. So, but I think what we really need, that the ICLE, for example, the CityNet and UCLG, C40, Metropolis and Global Parliament of Mayors, we need to work together. We need to align our objective. Of course, there are different organizations, but what is our vision is one, is for the better quality of life and for the sustainable urbanization, because urbanization is there. The future is urban. And 70% of the population will be in urban area by 2050. So I think whether you like it or not, we have to face the urbanization. And I would like, again, to say that we have to flip the script of the urbanization. We always heard that urbanization causes traffic jam, urbanization causes pollution, urbanization causes so many negative things. But in the urban area also, there are the talents pool. There are also the institution. They also, where are all those learned and the thinkers? Why don't we flip the script that urbanization is something that we should bring forward as an urban solution? Let us, through the innovation, through the technology and tools, AI, and then now digital twins and all that, the IoT, this is very, very important for us to use this technology to our benefit. you're talking about smart city. We need a people-centered smart city. We need smart people to innovate and to solve the problem or the challenges of the city.
Excellent. We at Metropolis will always say the smart city is not only the one that uses technology and data, it's also the one that is in harmony with nature, and it's the one that is at the service of people. Those three things make a city smart, not only technology.
Yes.
And you mentioned the future, and both in your tenure at the UN and now as the mayor of a city that's young city, you always have said how important it is that young people drive this urban transformation. How are you thinking about empowering the young people also in your own city and beyond?
I always believe in young people. I remember when I joined the UN, the first day, there were school children who came to the UN, and I was invited to speak to them. And then only one message, I said, oh, they are from the slum. Then I told them, it's very impossible for us to do this, because we have no youth facility, we have not enough tool for the education. Then I told them, let's turn the impossible to I am possible. Same word, I am possible. So I believe in the young people. I always say that people used to say the young people is for the leaders of tomorrow. I don't believe it. I said the young people are leaders of today. And also tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So I think, and not only to participate, to bring them together. I always mention about engagement. We need to engage, not only participation, not youth participation, but youth engagement. You engage both ways. And then there is a monitoring, there is a system to follow through the engagement. So when we did Kuala Lumpur local plan, we have many series with the young people, and you'll be surprised that they have very, very intelligent and proposal. Sometimes that we, like myself, I thought that I know everything, but I think there's a time that now the leaders don't know all the answers. We need to get these people, because it's different era. I believe we brought up in a different environment, but now the youth and the young people, they are suffering. So hopefully they will understand and they will work together with us, and we give them all the avenues and the platform to work together with, in this case, with Kuala Lumpur. And also when I was at the UN, we have a youth council at the UN Habitat. I think the first UN we have in Nairobi to have a youth council. And we have a meeting with them from time to time.
Thanks so much. This is a really inspiring vision. You also gave us homework that the city networks have to be much more collaborative and much more coordinated towards shared vision. So I'm bringing this homework with us to Metropolis, and we're very proud also to have Kuala Lumpur as a member. So thanks so much for this time, Mayor.
I would like to end my interview with you. Let us, Jody, aspire to inspire before we expire. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.